Alright, this is going to be a quick video covering the RCBS premium trigger pull scale. I got this, I guess according to Cabela's it was a discontinued item, so I got it just for the heck of it, because I've always wanted a trigger pull scale to figure out exactly, how much weight there is behind these triggers. It's pretty simple, easy to use. You can see it's got 1 through 8 pounds marked down here. Each several marks is 8 ounces, which is half a pound. I think each mark is 2 ounces. But really simple and easy to use, and I just want to kind of demonstrate that. There really isn't anything else to explain about it. The price will run you about 40 bucks, brand new. But sometimes you could probably get them discounted further if it actually is discontinued. I'm not 100% sure, but according to Cabela's it was. So we'll try on the Para P14. Make sure it's empty, which it is. And so what we can do here, I'm actually going to try it this way, better for the camera. Make sure it's reset at 0, which it is. And you can see it slowly moves along. Until the trigger is pulled. So it looks to be right about 4.5 pounds. Right there. We'll try that again just to kind of see if we can get it to be about the same. That's at 4.5. Try it again. That was just over 4. So about 4 pounds, 4 ounces. As you can see there. So it's pretty consistent. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, right at about 4 pounds, 2 ounces. So really nice trigger pull on that one. Very light, but that's pretty typical for 1911 anyways. So move on from that. Go to the old school Springfield 1911. Alright, so let's do this one. Reset it. That's about a 5.5 pound pull, just under 5.5. Let's try it one more time. Reset it. Yep. So it looks to be, that's just over 5.5 there. So the stock Springfield 1911, obviously a bit more of a heavier trigger than the P14. As far as the H&K USP goes, this one's going to be pretty nice here. I've always loved the trigger on this pistol. For a polymer pistol, of course this is a hammer fired pistol, so it's not striker fired. That makes a big difference. But we'll see what this one has. You can get the camera there. So that was just under 5 pounds. Try it again. I was staying pretty consistent. I tried this before It's pretty consistent at like 4.2 to 4.4, so it's just over 4 pounds. Let's try it again here. It's about 4.5. Not too bad. Let's try this one more time. Yeah, just over 4.5. Alright, that's not too bad. And last but not least, I've always wanted to try this. This was one of the main reasons why I bought this. It's because the XDS, obviously they had the recall, something to do with the trigger. So I wanted to see, I wish I would have had this thing before we sent it out for the recall, because it would have been nice to see what the original trigger pull was. But now we can find out what the current trigger pull is. If somebody would have tested it when it was brand new, sure, somebody did before they, before the big recall. It would have been interesting to see what exactly it tested out as for weight. But it's a heavier trigger pull. Right at about 6.5. You can see that. So not awful, but obviously it's a heavier trigger pull, but it kind of has to be at the same time. I'll try it again. It's just under 6.5. So yeah, anyways, it's a simple tool to use. You can use it on pistols or rifles, doesn't really matter. Pretty basic, not too much sophistication here. It's just this little rubber or plastic piece slides with it until it, the trigger actually is activated, and then it comes back, so it actually sets it right where it's at, right where it ends. So then you have an idea of where you're at. It's pretty nice. If you want an idea, especially if you have a pistol you want to do a trigger job on, you can figure out exactly where it is now and get it kind of adjusted and keep an eye on where it's at. It's kind of cool. I think it's worth the money. It's just interesting to see where each trigger's at. Some of them, you realize just how bad some triggers are. But I like all these. These are all really nice ones. So, and really, that 1 pound really doesn't make a huge difference, I think, what I've found. Like this one is like a pound or so heavier than the Para 1445, so it's kind of like, is it really that big of a difference? Some people might find it to be, but I'm not that big into the difference there. It doesn't really matter to me. I shoot this one probably just as good as I shoot the 1911. So it's just everybody's own, everybody's own situation. Some people might like a heavier trigger, some people can't stand it. But for me, I can handle just about anything. So there you go.